Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well and you are enjoying the bullish activity in the crypto market. Welcome to the Thinking Crypto channel, where we cover the crypto news, covering the facts, no hype, no conspiracy theories, just straight facts, looking at the trajectory and the potential to make significant return in this crypto market. We also interview many of the folks who are building and investing in the crypto asset class, so you can hear directly from the folks who are putting their money where their mouth is. Guys, hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. Everyone, it looks like Bitcoin it's continuing to test that $13,000 price point. As we've been talking about over the past week and a half, I said, let this rally prove itself, right? I talked about Bitcoin crossing $13,000 multiple times to test that price point. It will fall back below, of course, but higher highs and higher lows, you're building the new support levels. Now, of course, when you look at the crypto market, you can't just look at technical analysis. You got to look at crypto regulations. You got to look at the demand from the institutional investors, who's entering the market, right? We saw PayPal enter the market and that started a bull rally. So multiple factors, and that's what I try to cover here. It's not just technical analysis. It's not just the news. It's a combination of all of those factors. And you want to look at the market holistically, right? Not just, okay, I'm only going to look at the technical analysis. Then you're really doing a disservice to yourself. You may miss something significant that can just drive the market down or drive it upwards, right? You got to look at the different factors. And guys, the market is looking very bullish. Very, very bullish, with the record-breaking inflation and money printing that's happening. That's a huge catalyst that's driving a lot of money coming into the crypto market as a hedge, right? We've seen guys like Dan Moorhead talk about this. We've seen Mike Novogratz and Chamath Palihapitiya, and of course the CEO of MicroStrategy and many others. A lot of folks are waking up to what's happening. So looking good. As always, I am not looking at daily or weekly charts. I'm looking at macro level charts like the stock to flow model. And Plan B put out this following chart, and I tweeted about it. If you guys follow me on Twitter, if you don't, please do. And I responded to this. So he tweeted here, if you were not here during 2013 or 2017 bull markets, current Bitcoin price rise just a small taste of what's next. Weekly RSI in the 70 to 90 range. We haven't even started. So you can see here, bear, bull, and accumulation phase, guys, repeating. And as if the pattern, which has a high probability of repeating, continues the same way, like I said, guys, we're going to see between an $80,000 to $100,000 Bitcoin. That is certainly possible. Is it a certainty? No. As always, I'm going to keep it real with you, right? Because look, some random thing out of left field may come and drive the market down. Let's just, we got to be real, right? Likewise, you apply this same investment principle, so real estate or stock market, you never know what can happen. Like the virus coming around and starting going crazy again, right? Or another virus or something like that. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just leaving that possibility in open, right? That you never know what could happen. But when you break it down by percentages of the probabilities of, okay, is there a high probability of Bitcoin repeating the trend? Yes. Is there a low probability of it not doing that? Yes. So keep that in mind, right, guys? We're playing probabilities here. So looking very, very bullish. Now, the big news, JP Morgan is putting out bullish commentary on Bitcoin. Their analysts keep putting out content that is a full reversal from what Jamie Dimon said in 2017, that Bitcoin is a scam, a Ponzi scheme. You'll lose your money. Don't talk to me about it, right? You guys all remember that. It's famous. And even Barry Silbert, who the founder of Grayscale, and they're buying up tons of Bitcoin, he tweeted, JPM has done a complete 180 on Bitcoin. Yeah. And let me just give you a snippet of this article here, or I should say report put out by one of their analysts. This implies that Bitcoin could compete more intensely with gold as an alternative currency over the coming years, given that millennials will become over time a more important component of investors' universe. Logic will tell you that, right, guys? And given how big is the financial investment into gold at the moment, a crowding out of gold as an alternative currency implies big upside for Bitcoin over the long term. For example, the total market capitalization for Bitcoin is $240 billion. At first glance, this makes it comparable to the size of gold ETFs at $210 billion. But gold ETFs is not the main way wealth is stored via gold. Wealth is mostly stored via gold bars and coins, at the stock of which, excluding those held by central banks, amounts to 42,600 tons, or $2.6 trillion, including gold ETFs. So essentially, this is logical, guys. Generational shifts, right? Change is happening. And we're in a much more technology-driven world, which is, of course, lends itself more to millennials and Gen Z and all that, right? Versus boomers. Not saying boomers are not investing in crypto. They are, but not as much as millennials. Because right now, millennials, Gen Z, a lot of their activities online, that, everything is digitized around them. And the fact that, they're going to look at Bitcoin with more acceptance than a boomer who's like, okay, well, I'm investing in gold. That was more tangible for me. So the generational shift, change is happening. You can't stop it, guys. It happens with every generation. But the money and an inheritance that's going to come eventually, handed down from boomers to millennials and so on and so forth, a lot of it will go to crypto as an investment avenue. Will all go to crypto? Of course not, but a lot will. So, guys, JP Morgan changing their tune. This makes me bullish as hell. And of course, the PayPal news is going to drive more of these folks to turn bullish, guys, and jump into the market. And Mike Novogratz, billionaire Mike Novogratz, bullish on Bitcoin and crypto, head of Galaxy Digital. He was on CNBC Squawk Box this week, and he said, we are going to see over the next 10 years a rebuilding of the financial infrastructure of this country. It was the COVID virus that really accelerated adoption of crypto. The macro story with Bitcoin, and more maybe important story of digitalization of all cash. Yeah, it almost seems like it's all the puzzle pieces are coming together, and it almost seems like it's planned, right? But I think the elites, of course, had the goal of digitizing money and all of that, but they always say don't let a crisis go to waste. So they're using maybe this virus situation to fast track a lot of this, and Bitcoin and crypto is a part of it, right? So this is interesting, and I'm bullish as hell on crypto. And like I said, if you saw my tweet, from earlier, guys, I watched the market in 2016, the Bitcoin forming the same pattern, but I was skeptical because I had just entered the market. Now, almost over 4 years later, I am a true believer because I've done my research. I looked at the data and the trends, and they don't lie. And now I'm stacking more crypto into dips, guys, because it's a patience game and going through the market cycles, bear, bull, accumulation phases. So have your cash out plan ready, guys. Next year we could expect higher prices for sure, probably to the end of this year, right? What if Bitcoin crosses 20K again by the end of this year? Let's see what happens. We can't go with any certainties here because there are no certainties and no one can predict the future, but we can at least look at the high probabilities of the data and the trends and the patterns and all of that. So guys, what do you think about this news? Are you as bullish as I am? Looking at the patterns, looking at the big players entering into the market, the generational shift, lots of things that are just moving in the direction of crypto and just the digital economy, guys. So leave your thoughts and comments below, hit the thumbs up button, and I'll talk to you all later.